Hello and welcome! My name is Jaclyn, and in this video I'm completing a 30-minute fundamental workout with kettlebells. My goal is to complete as many rounds as possible within 30 minutes of the following 3 exercises: the deadlift, 10 reps, the goblet squat, 5 reps, and the kettlebell swing, 12 to 15 reps. However, this is not a HIIT workout. I'm not rushing through this. Because I am manipulating heavy weight with my body, I am taking the time to set up and execute each exercise with the best possible form. I am making this video not only to share with you the principles of a fundamental workout routine, but also because it provides me feedback on my own form. You need to start with a heavy weight. I recommend that most women start with a 35-pound kettlebell. For most men, 45 pounds is a good beginner weight. However, if you have experienced back injury, significant surgery, chronic pain in your body, or recent pregnancy and childbirth, begin with a 25-pound kettlebell. Your goal is to execute these moves in perfect form with a weight heavy enough to stimulate new neuromuscular connections. In this video, I am using a 45-pound kettlebell for both the deadlift and the squat because I already have a 6-week foundation with those movements in the gym. I'm using a 25-pound kettlebell for the swings because this movement is new to me. I will be advancing that weight to 35 pounds once I master the movement at 25 pounds. The first exercise is a deadlift. To execute the deadlift, stand with your feet shoulder width apart or wider if you are female or a beginner. Line up the toes with the kettlebell. Hinge at the hips to set up with a flat back. There should be at least a slight bend in the knees, and the knees and toes should turn out slightly. Imagine you are standing in a wide rectangle, and your knees and feet are angled towards the top 2 corners. Confucius says, "Bend to stand, stand to bend." So as you bend to grasp the weight, lengthen through your back as if you were standing. Slightly tuck your chin, and think about lengthening through both the crown of the head and the tailbone. Drive the hips back. Before you lift, engage your rectus abdominis to wrap from your belly button around your spine like a belt. Do not lift unless this belt is engaged. Inhale, then hinge at the hips as you exhale and lift the weight. Your entire back moves as one unit. End with the hip thrust, lifting up the front corners of the pelvis away from your knees. Do not arch your back. As you advance in this exercise, work on planting your feet on the ground to generate torque through the hips and rectus abdominis. Also, feel this rotational force in your arms and upper back by squeezing the handle through your pinky fingers. Before you lift, crack the handle and plug your shoulders into the upper back. Keep your back long and neutral and lift at the hips. The second exercise is the goblet squat or front squat. Here, the same principles of movement apply as you learn to squat down. Your goal is to get the hips at least parallel with the knees as you stay lifted in the chest, and then to drive up with power. If you are new to this exercise, squat by sitting back on a low chair and focus on driving up through your hips as you ground through your feet. Start with your feet slightly wider than hips width, toes pointed slightly outward. Unlike the deadlift, the knees bend significantly in the squat. Practice keeping the knees and hips back and tracking your knees slightly outward. This external rotation crosses up through your hips and stabilizes your lumbar spine. Work against the tendency for your knees to buckle in. For me, I see this tendency more on my left side. Lift your chest to lift your head. Don't just lift the head. Inhale and squeeze your abdominals off of your thighs. Exhale as you power up. 6 weeks ago, I could not squat due to the muscular imbalances in my left and right sides. Now I am able to squat below parallel. Work from where you are. With consistent weight training, you will witness changes in your body and ability. The kettlebell swing is more like a deadlift than a squat. Set up by positioning your feet about hips width apart. Beginners start with toes angled slightly out. Eventually, you will work your feet more parallel. Position the kettlebell several inches in front of your toes. Squeeze the handle through your pinkies and break the bar. Lengthen out of the crown of the head and the tailbone. To bend, feel yourself standing. Feel the engagement of your rectus abdominis squeezing from the navel around your spine like a belt. Inhale, swing the weight back and through your inner thighs. exhale, and lengthen to standing as you swing your arms forward. In this RKC version of the swing, I am using the drive of my hips to lift my arms. Do not worry so much about height. Worry about the thrust of the hips. This is a hip exercise. At the top, squeeze everything together, then hinge at the hips as you swing back down and through your thighs. Keep your back long and neutral, moving as one unit to crease at the hips. This kettlebell workout is ideal as a beginning workout in a foundational program for 3 reasons. First, weight training offers significant health benefits such as an increased metabolism, fat burning, and muscular tone. This workout is portable and it can be done even in a hotel room with dumbbells. As a total body workout with cardiovascular elements, this workout can stand on its own or can be incorporated into a training program as supplemental strength training. Second, these compound movements are essential movements for daily life. Mastering these movements provides significant benefit to support you in achieving your goals of strength and stability, whether they be walking up the stairs pain-free, maneuvering patients on a hospital bed, or running a marathon without injury. You'll learn to initiate all movement at the hips rather than in the lower back. Thus, you correct movement patterns in the kinetic chain that jeopardize the integrity of the ankle, knee, and vertebral joints. Finally, these fundamental movements strengthen the posterior chain and stabilize the spine. We often hear that we need to strengthen our core, and so we add crunches and leg lifts to our workout routines. We hear core and think abs, but our core is our entire center, front and back. And because much of our daily postures place chronic tension in the front side, the first step to a strong core involves plugging into the forgotten back side of the body. A foundation of posterior chain exercises is essential for any other type of training. It is a foundation of strength. So that's it. I was able to complete 7 full rounds within 30 minutes. Watching this video gave me great feedback about my form. I've been focused on my knees, alignment, and on generating torque in my lower body, but I can see that I need to stabilize my shoulders. And so my next few gym workouts will be focused on improving form in my upper back. I don't like the way that my head looks on the swings, so I need to practice keeping my head in line with the rest of my body during the movement. I will also be working on improving hip drive. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this video was helpful. If you would like more information to support a healthy lifestyle, visit my website at innerpulsepilates.com.